So I have started the process of getting all my comets, my single shots, wired up with E-matches. And I always just buy these types of E-matches off of eBay. And I've used these now for probably 4 years. And I don't think that I'm aware of that I've ever had one misfire. So they've been great and they're cheap. I mean, they don't come with very long lead wires on them. I think you can actually buy some, maybe even up to 6 feet or something like that. But I just get them this way because they're cheaper. I have to add wire onto my E-matches anyway to make them longer the way that I set up a show, because I don't have a bunch of modules that I can put at every area. And so I had them all in a central spot, and then I have to run all my wires from each area that I have fireworks at back to that central spot. So I end up with a lot of long wires, which throughout my videos you'll probably see a lot of, the blue-white cable, if you can see it down, some of that down there. And it's just, I just use Cat 6 cable because it's got 8 wires in it. And so that gives me, I can use 4 igniters per wire. Well, no, that's not even right. I have 4 pairs of wires, and say that I got one in particular pair coming off of any particular cue on a module. I think I've done up to 10 different E-matches on one cue of the module. The Ignite module specifically, I think it says up to 10 matches, 10 E-matches in parallel, yeah, which makes sense. You should be able to put more in parallel than in series. On the older, the generic systems, I think I've done probably somewhere in that ballpark, 10 at a time. So anyhow, I've got 4 pairs of wires in a Cat 6 cable. I can put up to 10 E-matches per pair, per cue on the module. And so you can get quite a few E-matches off of just one Cat 6 wire. There are times when I am getting all my single shots wired up that I have a sequence where I want one of these single shots, whether it's a comet or some kind of single shot shell, or in this case, this is a gold strobe waterfall. That's what all these are. And there are times, when so on this particular sequence, I have 13 of these that I want to fire every 1.5 seconds. For this particular sequence, it doesn't matter that they fire at an exact time in the song, but I want them to fire at a consistent pace, over a certain duration of time, say 20 seconds or so, to be firing along with something else that I will have firing as well. And I don't want to use 13 different cues on my module. I don't want to take up that much module cue space. Now, if it's something that I want to fire at a very particular time, then I will go ahead and put each thing, each shot on a module or on a cue. But with this, because I'm not so concerned about precise timing, I time it out with fuse. And so what I end up doing on these single shots, I pull the cap off, and then down inside of this hole, you can't really see it, but about a ½ inch or so, 3/4 of an inch actually, it's like a screen type thing. It's not completely open like it is here on the end. It's got some plastic little crossing pieces, but there's still holes in that to allow the flame from the igniter to go through and ignite the black powder to fire this thing off. But it's not a big hole so that the black powder doesn't fall through. But I actually use this brass awl, and I go ahead and poke through that screen area so that I can insert this fuse into the black powder. And then what I do, I use this pink fuse, which says it burns at a inch per second, and so that's easy to time that out. And this blue fuse here is about half that rate. So I've timed all my pink ones until I start getting long like this, and then I'll jump to this blue fuse so that I don't have to keep getting longer and longer. And so that's how I time out several single shots to fire sequentially when I am not concerned about precise timing. I'm ready now to start hooking all my wires up to my E-match heads. And a lot of people, when they want to wire in parallel and they want to put multiple E-matches on the same cue, they will use what's called breakout boards. And those breakout boards have various, multiple ports to plug in the quick plugs. You take one quick plug or one set of wire from your module, and then you put it on a breakout board, and then that breakout board has multiple quick plug slots so that you can hook multiple E-matches up to the same cue. It's just a way to wire in parallel. Rather than buying any of the breakout boards, and the breakout boards can be limited on how many extra plugs they have, to put extra, to break it out from 1 to 6 or 1 to 8 or however far you want to go. I think 10's about as many as you want to put on a cue. Rather than using a breakout board, I just wire my stuff. I use a lot of Cat 6 cable, like I've mentioned, and I just wire in parallel. I mean, I use like this Cat 6 cable here, and I've got, so this, make sure you can see it. But last year I bought these plugs, these handy little or connectors. It's basically, it would accomplish the same thing as a wire nut would, but you got these two little tabs you push up, and you insert your wire here into one end, clip it down, and then you insert your wire there, clip it down. And that's what I have here on all my E-matches. And then those are clipped on to the pairs of wires, the Cat 6 pairs, and then I got 4 pairs for each one, because I want this whole rack to go at the same time. I want all 6 of these comets to fire at the same time. So I've hooked all my Cat 6 wire up, and now I've got them all to here. So this is accomplishing my parallel circuit. This is accomplishing what the breakout board would. And so at this point, I also tend to not use too many of the quick plug or of the Firewire match heads, because I'm always using the match heads on there. What I really need with the Firewire are these quick plugs. That's why I buy them. I need these quick plugs. I don't know if you can just buy quick plugs by themselves. I'm sure you probably can. That you can attach to the wires yourself. I assume if you do that, you got to have some type of crimping tool. to crimp the wire on there. It's probably very hard to see, you know, how they've done it on this one. But let's see if I can get just one out of here. I did not bundle these up very handily to separate them. So now it's going to be a tangled mess. It's kind of ridiculous. So now I've got this here. I'm going to cut my match head off. I don't want it. And I will get my wire split. Split that guy, get it stripped. I'm going to take two of these handy connectors, put one on there, clip it down, one on there, clip it down, and then just go into this, and I just split it up. I've got all the solids on one side and all the stranded colors on the other. Plug it into there, on this side. I always check, you know, tug on a little bit to make sure it's connected tight. This is a big enough bundle of wires. It's a little tight in there. Get that clip down nice and tight. Get that bundle in there, clip it down. Now, I've got it all connected to this one quick plug here. It's shunted, you know, with this piece of copper right there. And this thing's ready to go.